Brittany, and welcome back to Brittness. I freaking love this set, and I just never want to let go of it. Even though I do see it every day, even when it's not Christmas time and I'm filming on my other sets, I still see it, but I love filming in front of it. Like, it's just so magical and creepy. So what are we getting into today? More cursed things. Something that you should not read, but I'm reading it so you don't have to. And I know you guys are probably like, oh my god, this girl is crazy. Did you not learn from Tamina's Hell? Like, seriously guys, watch Tamina's Hell when I read it. I mean, I've said it so many times, I sound like a broken record. I was so against reading it for years. And then I was like, one day I woke up, I'm like, girl, what the heck? I'm pretty 44, bitch. Like, I do stuff like this all the time. I'm scared to read a damn poem. So I read it anyways, and then, yeah. But I came across, I've known about this story for a while. I might have already made a video about it years and years ago, but I'm bringing it back because I live for this. It just sounds familiar. So I don't know if I made a video about it years and years ago, like over 5 years ago, or if I've just come across it so many times that it's just kind of in my head. They say if you read this out loud, or I guess in your head, that you will be cursed. This is a dream. We're getting more back into the dream world, because I find dreams so fascinating and nightmares and everything. Definitely check out my videos about dreams and nightmares and the meanings, and just my recent nightmare I had with Mary Shaw, 666 being carved into my stomach, like this whole crazy story involving my friend Molly, like insane. But this is about a boy who becomes stuck in a dream, and they say it's a cursed story, and you may not want to read it. They say that if you don't forget the story within 1 week, that you will have the same dream. You could even become stuck in the dream as well and find yourself unable to wake up. So please think very carefully before you even read this story. And clearly I'm not thinking, I'm just doing it because girl, like, I live for this stuff. So let's get into it. Viewers beware, you're in for a scare. I'm giving you 4 seconds to make up your mind. You're either gonna stay or you're gonna go. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're here, bitch. Let's go. There was a Japanese boy named Kei who had a very strange dream. In the dream, he found himself wandering through a school. It was not his school. It was a school he did not recognize. It was night and the school was in darkness. The sound of footsteps echoed down the empty hallways. It was very eerie. He tried to open the doors and windows, but they were all locked. He tried banging on them as hard as he could, but the glass would not crack. The school was large and sprawling. It was like a maze. It didn't seem to make sense. Walking down one corridor would bring him back again to the place he was before. It was very strange, as if the normal rules of time and space did not apply. Kei was starting to get scared. He began to run down the hallway. The corridor stretched on and on without end, and there was no exit. After running past the same set of classrooms several times, Kei noticed something odd. The corridor was an endless loop. No matter how long he ran down the corridor, he would always find himself back at the start. He decided to try a different route. He ran down the hallway to the right, then took the first left and the first left again. He entered the home economics room, and when he went out the door on the other side, he found himself in another hallway. He entered the art room and went out the door on the other side. Somehow, it brought him to the 3rd floor. He went through the music room and ran down the hallway, past another set of classrooms. He came to the stairs and went down. He kept wandering and wandering. The night seemed to last forever, and he felt like dawn would never come. Kei then heard the muffled sound of a clock chiming. When he looked up, he saw a clock. The hands were swinging back and forth like a pendulum. Kei heard the echo of heavy footsteps chasing him. He was too scared to look behind him and desperately wanted to escape. He ran up a set of stairs that should have taken him to the 4th floor, but instead, he found himself on the 1st floor, outside the audio-visual room. The footsteps began to get faster and faster. He ran down the corridor and turned left, left again, right, and then left again. He came out in front of another set of classrooms. At the end of the hallway, there was an emergency exit, but the glass box that housed the keys was smashed, and the key was missing. There was a note inside that said the key was in classroom 108. The footsteps were coming closer and closer. Kei ran down the stairs. He turned left, ran down the hallway, then turned right and right again. He found himself outside the classroom. On the door, there was a sign that read 108. Kay tried the door and it opened. He stepped inside and shut the door behind him. The classroom was in darkness and he could barely see. He flickered the light switch, but it didn't work. The classroom was filled with desks and there were bags hanging on the back of each chair. Kay started searching desperately through them. He looked in every bag, searched in every drawer. All the while, he could hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Before long, he heard something banging loudly against the door of the classroom. He still couldn't find the key he was looking for. He pulled the drawers out of the desk and tipped them on the floor. He opened the bags and began dumping the contents out onto the floor. The sound of the banging grew louder and louder. The door seemed like it was about to come off its hinges. He searched desperately, but he still couldn't find the key. Just then, the knocking on the door suddenly stopped. There was an eerie silence. Kay stood there trembling, waiting. He stood there in the darkened classroom, afraid to move a muscle. After a while, he still couldn't hear anything, so he went to the door. He reached out, turned the handle, opened it gently, and peered out into the corridor. What he saw horrified him. There were countless boys and girls. They were in pieces. Their heads, arms, and legs were severed from their torsos. The floor was covered with blood and they were dancing. Kay was drawn into the dream. His body remained asleep. He was never able to wake up. Even today, he is still wandering through the school in his mind. Now that you have read this story, please try to forget about it. If you don't forget about this story within a week, you will have the same dream in which you will find yourself wandering around the school. You will have to find the key and escape through the emergency exit before you come across the pieces of boys and girls who dance. Or you will be drawn into the dream. Alright, so, do you know what's really weird too? I recently had a dream about a school. I mean, it wasn't anything like this, but you know when you just kind of, do you have dreams kind of just about old high school experiences or maybe middle school or elementary school, whatever? I usually have dreams about high school. When I wake up though, it's such a relief because I would not want to go back to high school. So it's weird because I'm a teenager in the dream, so I don't know, it's very weird. So they say if you read this that it's cursed and the same thing will happen to you, but my only question is if Kay is still stuck in the dream and unable to come out, then how the heck did he explain this dream? That's what I want to know. But anyways guys, I believe the link to the story if you want to read it, even though I did read it for you. I don't know if it still applies if you just listen to it. I think you actually have to read it, but really what is the difference? You're still kind of listening to the words and it's like sinking into your mind. It's really up to you, but I will leave the link down below if you want to read the story for yourself and see if you get stuck in the dream. I highly doubt it. I'm just saying that. I don't want to kill the mood, but I'm just saying I highly doubt that. And I think I've read this before. It sounds very familiar. I think I have. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you rock my world, and the song lyrics Michael Jackson, hashtag team Pretty44, hashtag both with the friends, hey. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.